I am Great Mother, Holy Spirit, Yin, Divine Mother, Cosmic Moon, Deep Space.
Hello and welcome to your Cancer New Moon Great Mother Speaks reading in your Vedic moon sign. You want to check the links below to see what that is for you. It is 24 degrees in precession to the Western tropical moon sign. This new moon is in the nakshatra of Purnavasu. It's a feeling of having completed a cycle, a phase of life that was very active, and now having to fill what is now an empty space with something that has meaning for you moving forward. And wouldn't this new moon be conjunct Venus, a very communicative type of energy in terms of Great Mother energy, this emotional, intuitive space, opening it up to positive reception, as well as Mercury turning direct on this day. Between now and the full moon, Jupiter will be going direct as well, and so amplifying what is occurring the first 2 weeks of this lunar cycle. This reading does cover the entire lunar cycle in terms of the projection of what we will be seeding now. There are suggested new moon wishes at the end of the reading based on your Western moon sign, but don't worry about that here. The new moon in tropical astrology is in Leo, and so we make our wishes based on Western astrology, the energy of Leo. That's all we need to know, because we are aligning our own ego desires with the intention of the soul, which is what Great Mother Speaks readings are for. Specifically, those who are surviving mama drama trauma. Visit mamadramatrauma.info for more information. It is a condition in which the mother projects unhealed aspects of herself onto her child, causing emotional and or physical trauma. In cases where she is unable, unwilling, or unavailable, she may have transitioned from doing her own healing work because MDT is a cycle. Loving detachment is required in order for the child to live a healthy, happy, and whole life. That's the inner work life coaching I specialize in, and what these readings are designed to do in terms of supporting my clients in their inner work. But they are open to the public if anyone happens to come by. So you're welcome if you are here. And again, check us out at greatmotherspeaks.info for more coaching information, and mamadramatrauma.info for the blog and support groups. Now, speaking of conjunctions, Mercury is conjunct the North Node in Gemini this new moon, giving us again a huge communicative space for expansion going into this new energy set up by Purnavasu. Your lunar yogas are very important because they set up how we download information. So our yogas are our 12th lunar house, our first lunar house, which is our moon sign, and our second. So for example, if your moon sign is Virgo, your 12th lunar house is Leo. And so you download intuitively like a Leo. You feel the emotion like a Virgo and process the information like a Libra. So you want to keep that in mind with these readings for each sign, because although we may share a moon sign and we may share the yogas, there can be shifting, of course, with our own unique configuration and aspects in our birth charts. Now, as you may know, the Great Mother Speaks Oracle deck is being revised. It's almost completed, and so a card or two may be thrown in this reading. There will at least be one to clarify your Cancer new moon reading. So, your new moon wishes. The rules for those as set out over millennia, we've learned that they are most effective if we focus on 10 or less. Those suggested to you may number more than 10 or less. The category for Leo energy is creativity, determination, dignity, fun, celebration, curtailing of arrogance, okay? Asking for support in those areas is what Leo energy is all about. And so you can manage that this new moon up until the end of the phase, which is about 2.5 days. So with no further ado, these are your Cancer new moon readings. All right, Aquarius moon sign. This Cancer new moon is 6th house energy for you. Maybe feeling a need to take care of yourself emotionally. Maybe wanting to balance your emotional commitments at work and at home. Wanting to really look at the source of how you are spending your time and money. What is making you feel good, and reassessing that so that you can create the life that you want through the spoken word, wanting to speak with greater clarity now that Mercury is direct with this new moon. The card for the soul work coming up to be done this Cancer new moon lunar cycle is androgyne. This is a 3rd quarter moon law card. Its double yang, single yin symbol is that of downloading greater clarity in order to act upon it for the purpose of clear communication. So the astrology lines right up with the center card of the intention for the soul work, this lunar cycle, the law of destiny and free will. There is a destiny of the soul with or without this physical life experience. The soul has a destiny. So with MDT, for example, whether or not the soul fulfills its intended contract to evolve in self-love and spiritual independence through the physical body this lifetime or not, does not change its destiny to do so. So in another lifetime, for example. The free will is what the ego body, the physical body, has to align with the soul intention, soul contract of mama drama trauma to evolve in self-love and spiritual independence through letting go of the mother we want in order to accept the one we have. What's bringing up the need for this soul work this lunar cycle is Brigide, the full moon throat chakra card. We start off with throat chakra energy telling us the placement of Mercury is extremely important, which is in Gemini, your 5th house of creativity, that inner imaginative soul space, that authentic space of expression and passion, is conjunct the North Node. So it's where you're going. And this energy of the full moon is illuminating higher truths that are coming to you, that have been coming to you since Rahu entered Gemini back in October. And so, no, actually, this is just in April. So, past karmas are being revealed. The recompense for past actions, behaviors, as it relates to fulfilling this soul contract. In other words, in the past, there may not have been an awareness that this is what was going on, that your life purpose is about healing MDT. Because in your 10th house of Dharma is Jupiter, which is going direct on the 11th, in the interim between this new moon and the full moon. And so with Brigide, throat chakra, full moon, 5th house of creativity, and we have Jupiter and Scorpio, your 10th house, there's this rebirth of your purpose. And so now that you're realizing MDT is a purpose, you may have thought that it was to sing, or it was to dance, or it was to raise children, or it was to do whatever you're doing. That's true. We can have many life purposes, but MDT is one that enables the fulfillment of all others in greater ways. So we find Adi Shakti in your shadow position. You may not be aware that you, up to this point of this new awareness coming to you, with Jupiter going direct. See, when it's in retrograde, we reflect, we think, we struggle with our truth, we struggle with our higher knowing. And with this in Scorpio, this transformation has been very deep for you with regard to your Dharma. If it was singing before, now maybe it's songwriting. A variation on the theme is happening. That's what's coming through for you. A variation on a theme that you've carried in terms of your public persona, how people have seen you, now being inspired by a deeper aspect, by that destiny. And in your shadow position, there's an acknowledgement of primordial mother energy, second chakra, waning gibbous moon energy. Twist your dream for Dorothy. You've done all you can do. All your efforts at fulfilling the Dharma you thought you knew was yours have landed you here at Great Mother Speaks in order to receive some insight with regard to taking that awareness higher through the healing of this energy that is blocked in your body mind. That's in the shadow position. You're working towards it. You are having these past behaviors, these actions revealed to you because karma is due. The payment of these behaviors is due. If you have always had a sense that this blockage is because of mama drama trauma, or you've had it prior to this reading and you've been working toward healing, your recompense is the reward for that. If you're just coming to the awareness of that, the recompense has a lot to do with body and mind sensitivity. Suddenly you're feeling that the slightest variation in weather, your emotional or physical environment, creates change in you. And your mental dexterity may not be what it has always been because you might be caught up in being a little too opinionated at this time, or being stuck. Again, that blockage. A lot of times when we get blocked emotionally, we get stuck in a certain emotion. And that's why we have addictions, alcoholism that makes people have the same conversations over and over again, or addictions to marijuana. All these have their purpose and balance and can be used medicinally as well as for, in other words, life-affirming purposes, as well as in ways that cause us to be in a toxic imbalance towards a death. And so the twister dream is not a death. She hits her head, but she's still alive. So she's taking a break. She's going into that deeper internal space after having done all that she can do, no longer forcing the situation. In other words, this addiction to trying to fix MDT, but allowing the primordial energy of Great Mother to come through and to heal this process. So those of you who are aware of this process going on may be able to use your mental maturity in ways that really get you into places and experiences that allow you to feel your divinity. You're really, in other words, reframing your life and your experience of MDT in ways that you see yourself as the divine child of the Great Mother, Father, God, who is dearly loved, never judged, condemned, or left alone. There is a sense of gratitude that's saying, I could have been dead. I was left so many times alone. Or the narcissistic behaviors of my mother could have really caused me to have some serious mental illness. But despite my deep sadness, I'm really okay. I function every day in the world that is healthy relative to what I could have been. That kind of reframing is what this Cancer lunar cycle is supporting for you, Aquarius moon sign people. And what you want in the position of Ishtar, the prostitute, is this full moon illumination to support the Brigid full moon illumination of selfhood, your identity, to make sure that this identity is one that does not sell you out, that this new identity is something that makes you stay in alignment with who you are, your values, your talents, your gifts, your abilities, how you share those with the world, not how you're being used by the world. So this sense of past karmas being revealed, giving you the insight you need to adjust your behavior. Because in recognizing that where you are now is needing expression in order for you to create the life that you want, full moon energy of Brigid, fifth chakra, of speaking this power into the world. This is when Dorothy takes the broom from the palace guards, that phallic symbol, that power. You have the power to do this. You have the power to stand up for who and what you are. In other words, you don't have to go back to the farm of MDT, as Dorothy is doing in this card. And she soon learns that not only does she not have to go back to the farm, but she will be prevented from doing so until the twister dream is over. That's in your shadow position. So there is a twister dream for you, Aquarius moon sign people, that has knocked you asleep from all of the trying, from all of the efforting in order to balance your own karmas. There's a unique kind of sensitivity that's coming forward, and you're still trying to determine how to use it. Compassion for your mother. Dorothy had compassion for Aunt Em when Professor Marvel said, "There's a woman who misses you." And so she ran back home, abandoning her healing path from MDT. She returned back to the farm, but she wanted to go home. And that is where the twister dream is taking you. Home is where the heart is. Home is where peace is. Home is where we live in loving detachment from MDT. And what is supporting you in doing this is Maya, illusion. This is the Cancer New Moon card in the third eye, ruled by the moon. When Toto pulls the curtain to reveal Oz is just a man, the energy of the truth is supporting you. The truth of who really has the power in your lives. Dorothy and the Three gave Oz the power to tell them how to receive courage, a heart, a brain, and home or peace. Not realizing that they already had it within themselves. But sometimes Great Father energy, symbolized by Oz, has to give us the law, which is what your soul wants to work on this lunar cycle, the law of destiny and free will, which is what Glinda the Good Witch told Dorothy she would have to go through the law to Oz in order to find peace, to go home. And the law balances us. It corrects our course, our perception, to remind us that we are divine children of the great Mother, Father, God. We do have a destiny, despite apparent judgment and condemnation. That is an illusion, because we are dearly loved, never judged, condemned, or left alone. There is, however, as you are experiencing this lunar cycle, karma, consequences for our actions. We are in the physical realm because it is the realm of the senses. This is the realm of Great Mother, the lunar energies that we are learning as divine beings how to refine. So the present state of your ego soul alignment is Mother Mary energy. Now, this is the law of Divine Father. Father energy is the law, the logos, the word. Third quarter moon energy, what needs to be released? What needs to be released is anything that keeps you from expressing the symbol of the double yang, acting on what Great Mother has taught you, as this mother is here with child. Acting on what Great Mother has shown you in this journey. Acting on what you have been able to you know about your gifts, your talents, your abilities, what you are about in the world, your terms of energy exchange with individuals, what respect looks like, what compatibility for you looks like. Because in moving forward with creating the life that you want, having to do with such wisdom being given to you about your life purpose, the reason your soul is wanting to do this work is because it wants to embrace the shadow. You realize that healing MDT is a major life purpose for you. That, again, is going to amplify any other gift, talent, and ability you have as you release the blockages that it is currently occupying in your life. You realize this Cancer new moon on a very deep, intuitive level. If you do not, the normal mental maturity and dexterity that you have is being expressed as high opinionation, opining on all things instead of observing in order to assess your inner truth. Wherever you find yourself in this continuum, Aquarius moon sign people, Tara is here to center you. That is how your soul wants to do this work. It wants to center, it wants to align with this third eye energy. Sixth chakra is ruled by the moon. This is wanting to work with this deep internal space of reckoning with karmic payment, either that you need to reflect and observe upon in order to regain a sense of mental clarity, or that you need to receive in payment in order for you to let go of control and center yourself 3 clicks of the heel, body, mind, and soul. By doing this, Great Mother saying that your likely outcome is Pachamama, you will leave an abandoning or abusive situation, be it with your mother, with regard to your relationship to her, or a mate, a co-worker, because all of our relationships relate to the foundational way in which we were taught and conditioned how to do relationship, which is with our mothers. Every relationship replicates our relationship with our mother until we come to this awareness that you are definitely coming to at this time, Aquarius moon sign people. And probably not until now in a conscious way, but you definitely have been aware of some increased sensitivities, again, to weather. Normally, it's not this hot, but for you, for some reason, it's really, really irritating. Or if you go from outside to inside, you could catch a cold at the drop of a hat, or you're just particularly more sensitive than you normally would be to people and to situations, that sort of thing. And we ought to remember that the Great Mother Speaks Revised Oracle deck is our clarification card. And for you, that's Mave. So to clarify here, self-responsibility. This is gut chakra, waning gibbous moon. And we have waning gibbous as our outcome as well. And Adi Shakti is a waning gibbous moon card, that twister moon, second chakra. And we have third chakra, waning moon. So that's saying sharing and thanksgiving with regard to our conscious decision to take our own yellow brick road journey to healing MDT, letting go of the mother that we want in order to accept the one we have. In order to do that, the ego must align that free will with the destiny of the soul to heal MDT. And so the suggested Leo new moon in the Western astrology, it is in Leo. And so the ego, earth-centric astrology, is what we utilize to make our ego wishes to align with the soul in Cancer. So the energy of determination is suggested for Aquarius moon sign people. From Jan Spiller's New Moon Astrology, those wishes may be for you. I want to be filled with the determination that easily carries my plans through to completion. I want to easily find myself consciously and consistently connecting with my own inner determination so that I willingly and happily fill in the blank. Exercise on a regular basis, perhaps. I want the habit of wavering or being distracted from my purpose totally lifted from me. I want plenty of stamina leading to my completing the process of fill in the blank. I want all resistance to completing things to be totally lifted from me. I want to easily find myself assuming leadership in fill in the blank or all areas of my life. I want to experience an increase in my ability to focus in a concentrated way. I want to easily find myself focused on completing one thing at a time and completing it. Those are the suggested new moon readings. And of course, the readings for your moon sign Aquarius will vary according to the configurations and unique aspects in your cosmic calculus. That's your birth chart. So for your personal moon sign reading, go to greatmotherspeaks.info. But above all, and most of all, remember, Great Mother loves you, and I do too.
I am Great Mother, Holy Spirit, Yin, Divine Mother,